Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video here we are going to look at market structure. So I'm just going to show you the basics of how to look at market structure in a way that you can take trades whereby they are successful. And yeah guys, let's get into it so that you can understand these structures here. So first off, I'm just gonna do a diagram. So let's start off with like a downtrend. So a downtrend normally shows you like lower lows and lower highs. So let's say like this, we have an overall downtrend. So which means that this is your previous high, and then this is your lower low, lower high, then you have a lower low. So whenever you have this type of structure going on, it means that you have a break of structure just like this. Then after having a break of structure, normally what we look for is like an area of interest whereby you can get like some selling opportunities or your supply area. So in this case, what I use is a Fibonacci tool, and I'm gonna show you my settings so that you can just use them and they will help you guys. So from the high to the low, just like that, and in between here we have a line. So if we check out all the numbers that I have on my fib tool, you can see that you have your 0, your 1, your 0.71 and your 0.79. so the red areas are your 0.71 and your 0.79, of which that is my golden zone, and the 0.5 level I should just make it a bit blue. So on that blue line, you can start looking for those order blocks or your supply areas so that you can take some selling opportunities. So let's say around here we have a supply area. As you can see, it's like the start of that range around here or the start of that 0.5 level. What you need to do is take like your confirmed entries or your confirmation entries, but like in this case we're not going to talk about entries, we're just going to talk about structure. So we move forward with the structure, we pull back into the area of interest, which means we create a lower high. Then after, when we create a lower low, that is when you have another break of structure. You do the same thing, you use your Fibonacci tool, or you can just look at the structure for what it is, or look for areas whereby we have like your imbalance or your fair value gap, for those who know it like as fair value gaps. So at the top of the structure, you just place your fib tool from the high to the low. Same process, you just wait for the market to tap into that 0.5 level or move above that 0.5 level, and then that is when you can plot out your supply areas like this, for example. And just like that, you have an area of interest. Then you can start by looking for selling opportunities at the first zone after that 0.5 level. So just like that, we are done with the downtrend. Now we can get to the uptrend. So same in reverse, you just look for a trending market, and if the market is not trending, you can just look for another pair. There are a lot of pairs in the forex market, guys. So we have your lowest point around here, then you have your high, then you have your low, then you have your higher high, which means that this is your break of structure, just like this. So whenever you have a break of structure, like I said, you just use your fib tool from the low to the high. And previously, like on a downtrend, you start from the high to the low, but like from this one here, you start from the low to the high. Then that is when you can start to plot out your demand zones. For example, let's say maybe this is your demand zone, then the market taps into it, then that is when you can start looking for those buying opportunities. And something, guys, you need to understand is that the market will just not do what you like. Let's say maybe you have a new break of structure like this, so which means that this is your confirmed low, then this is your confirmed high. Sometimes it will not pull back into an area of interest. So let's say maybe you take your fib tool from the low to the high, then you can anticipate anything below that 0.5, like I told you. So what can happen is that you can plot out your demand zone around this point, just like that. Then you're waiting for the price to tap into the zone here before we can start looking for those buying opportunities. And what may happen is that it can just turn around from this point and then continue pushing up, taking out the previous high, of which this would be a missed trade. But like, you can continue with the structure, having this as your new break of structure, just like that. Then after, you know that you can have some buying opportunities within this point here. Just like that, you continue with the overall trend. You just wait for the market to tap into here, then that is when you can start looking for buying opportunities. So we're looking at USD CHF. Since I have given you like a crash course, you can just look at the 4-hour time frame, né? So that you can understand the structure. So I'm just gonna start off from anywhere, guys, né? Anywhere I won't lie. So around here we have this piece of price action here. So let's start off around this area here, and for you to understand like a bit quicker, what you need to do is just look at price action, try to plot out like your higher highs and higher lows, breaks of structures, areas of liquidity, all those good stuff, guys, né? So that you can understand a bit quicker. So we have a break of structure just around this point here. I know that we came from like maybe an uptrend and then we changed character, but like let's just look at the current structure around here, or the structure here that I marked out. So break of structure right there. So which means that this is your low, this is your high, this is your lower low, then this is your lower high here. And then if you take your fib tool from the high to the low, you can clearly notice that we were above that blue line, or above that 0.5 level, of which most of you guys would have taken an entry around here. This is a nice supply zone. As you can see, the market tapped into it and then continued to push down. Even though we had like a weak creation around here, it wouldn't have like stopped you out, just because most of the time I consider placing like my stop loss just above that area here, of which it's 445, of which it's 45 pips, or for 46 pips right there. And then just like that, we continue with the structure, new break of structure right here. And what I like to use is like a 3 candle pullback rule, guys, né? Whereby we have 3 solid candles in the opposite direction. Let's say maybe we're pushing to the downside, I'll be expecting a bullish candle, 3 bullish candles like in the same direction. Then that is when I can confirm that this is like a pullback. So let's say maybe we had this break of structure. As you can see, we had this first bullish candle, second bullish candle. The second one was a bit small, of which that does not confirm a pullback. But like if you look at this current structure here, you can see that we had like multiple candles. As you can see, this one here and this one here, this one here. So which means that this was a valid pullback. So this is your low here. Then now, as you can see, we didn't pull back into any area of interest. That is why I'm saying that sometimes the market will never do what you'd want it to do, guys. Now, so break of structure around here. Again, we continued with the structure, and just like that, we didn't have any pullback, as you can see right there. Just around this area here, seems like we had something. So around here, we had a pullback. So as you can see here, this should be your low, and this is your highest point. Let me just check just to make sure that I'm catering for the right structures. So this is your highest point on this price leg here. So after that, we had a pullback. As you can see, we didn't pull back into any area of interest, just because this is like an area of interest that you would have used. And then we had this area of imbalance. So after that, we had a new break of structure, which is this one here, just like that. So after having that break of structure, you can see that this was like 2 candles. We didn't have that 3 candle pullback. So which means that this is your highest point before having that break of structure. So now we have to look for our lowest point. So remove that. And then the lowest point here is this one here. So which means that this is your trading range, né? From this high here to this low here. That's a trading range. You can just use a box. That is if you want to use a box, so that you can see like what you're dealing with. So just like this, we already know that if we break above this area here, if we break above, we are no longer looking for selling opportunities. Instead, we're going to look for those buys. But like if we respect this high, and then we know that we have to take out the low, né? So I'll just remove that and then use our fib tool. So just like that. Sorry about that, guys. Now, so from the high to the low, then you can obviously see that the market tapped into that 0.5 level. As you can see, almost reaching the golden zone, just like that. So we can just remove this thing here. So now we already know what's going to happen. So we reacted from this candle here. And on the lower time frame, you can just refine it to like an area whereby you can have like a bit of a tighter stop loss, just because if you place it like this, then you'll be having a large stop loss, of which that is not what we want. We want to get like more risk to reward, ne? So just like that, we want to get like more reward than risk, ne? So just like that, we had a new break, just like this. Oh, sorry about that. So this is a break of structure just around that point. So now we know that this is our highest point and then this is our lowest point right there. So from the high to the low, you can clearly notice that the market tapped straight into that 0.5 level. I'm not sure. Okay, we didn't tap straight into that 0.5 level, as you can see right there. It was like above, it was above, as you can see around this point. And it happens guys, nah? As you can see right here, we tapped into that level and the market started dropping to the downside, and then you can just refine it to this one here, but like I'll just leave it at that just because I was just showing you structure, guys, nah? And we can just use like another pair, that is if you have time, guys, nah? So just like that, let me just remove everything. So we are still on the 4-hour time frame. So the 4-hour time frame is like a bit cleaner whenever you're looking at the charts now, or whenever you're taking like long-term trades. So as you can see right here, we have a high, low, confirmed break of structure. So this is just for a reversal, just because we were looking for continuations on the other one, né? So break of structure again, just around this point here. Then after having a break of structure, you know that we must have like a pullback. Sometimes we won't have like any pullback, of which it's okay, ne? So here we had the pullback, as you can see right there. It's more than 3 candles. So we had a high, low, then we continued pushing up. So this low here was protected, as you can see here. This one was protected, and this high here was supposed to be taken out. So we took out the high, as you can see here. After taking out the high, we came back and took out the low, of which this was a change of character or a change in our direction. We are no longer going to look for like buying opportunities. Instead, we're going to look for sells. So this is our new protected high. Then this low here has to be taken out. So just like that, we have our fib tool for those who like using fib tools. So just like that, from the high to the low, then you can get to understand that we tapped into that 0.5 level and then continued pulling up. And the reason why we did that is because we had a large imbalanced area here. I don't know, yeah, we had a large imbalance here. Let me just write it out that that was our like our IMB, of which it stands for imbalance, né? So then at the top we had that extreme supply zone, just like that. Then we sold off. So around here, this is a new break of structure. And after having that new break of structure, we already know that this is our highest point, which it's this one here. Then this is our lowest point. And then the anticipation is for us to continue with the sells. So from the high to the low, you can clearly see that the market tapped into that 0.5 level. And if we just remove this, you can see that this was the last candle, and the market tapped nicely into it and then sold off. But like, I'm not sure if it's going to hold up or it's going to continue, just because if you look at the internal structure, you can see that this is an iCharge or an internal change of character. Then after having that internal change of character, we had a new break of structure, of which it's this one here. So now we are just in between, guys. So this is your supply zone, demand zone, sorry about that. This is your demand zone, just around here. Then after having that demand zone, we continue to break structure around here, of which this is a confirmed break. Then after having that break, you can see that this is your demand zone again. So what can happen is that either two things, guys. We continue pulling down, we take out the low, of which after taking out the low, we know that we are going to look for further continuations to the downside. But like, if we don't do that and decide to respect this demand zone, it means that we are going to continue pulling up so that we can mitigate this last area of supply and then also fill out this imbalanced price action around here. And knowing that you can have like a bit of advantage in the markets, And then just like that, I'll just remove this thing just because this could be liquidity. This could be liquidity. That is if we respect this demand zone, continue to push up, then that is when we can start looking for those nice selling opportunities at the top of the structure, just like this. Then we know that we are going to look for downside. So I hope you understood each and everything that I explained in this video here. And if you have like any questions, just drop them in the comment section, and I'll see you on another video, guys.